Shiana kolea. Seminiano ala ki itisa sanaselo sumoleo shonokua. Flehira lianono ko oru shonasasela ki tiarasa. Nishiata ila imara kilanto sono saliamba kaliara. Leshere liamara kolambare alakoikea sanasela shete diara. Semoto isha. Sina saniana noa kalikilan koria borokosa shonosola alaliatara senana piasho. Niasada kiliatora shaky. Good day, good love. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever and wherever you are, for everything is always now. Thank you for joining me. My name is Wendy, and I'm sharing with you today this multidimensional message from our guides, for my guides are your guides, as we share together the infinite and timeless languages of lights. And today's light language message, transmission, activation, was brought to me this morning in my heavily meditated state. I've been enveloped in the pink energy today, this loving, higher heart light once again. And everything about my day has just been in this pink energy, the rose quartz energy. And today is truly a day of transformation. As I have these last few weeks, have not been immune to these energies. I've been going through some very interesting transformations myself. I caught the flu, if you will, the frequency light code upgrades. So it's been a very interesting ride for me as well, physically, spiritually, mentally. I feel this heightened awareness, especially those last couple of weeks. I mean, my hearing, my seeing, my clarity of vision, my skin has been just this highly sensitive, like tingly. Many of us I've been discovering across social media that have been experiencing this, that are sensitive to these energies. And now everyone is telepathic and telepathic. And today also is about the clairs, about clarity, clarifying your clairs. So today's cup of synchronicity is about clarifying our clairs. And part of my clarification process has always been a variety of things, whether it's walking in nature, stretching my body, dancing to music, listening to music. And today was I did a beautiful yoga practice of relaxation, and it just so happened to be 33 minutes long. So I thought you guys would all enjoy that. The 33 again. And I did share that because part of our processes as physical beings is also experiencing this awareness and this heightened awareness in a higher, vibrating as a higher frequency being. And so I found that even in the practice, and I say practice because I am by no means an expert at yoga. I watch videos. I have playlists on my channel. One of the very first things I did when I started this channel, if you're new to my channel, and thank you so much to all of the new subscribers. I'm beyond words, truly, when it comes to the humble, great gratitude that I feel each and every time I see a new name, a new face, a new comment, and a new subscriber. It is magical to me that we are able to have this connection. And so as I was practicing, watching the video, I was doing a yoga video, and again, I'm by no means an expert. I go with the flow. As much as I'd like to say I'm diligent with it, I don't do it every day as I would like to, yet that's something every day I strive to do, is something moving my body. And so today I was really just in this relaxation mode, especially all of us coming off of the holiday energy. And although mine was very quiet and low key, it was very relaxing and rejuvenating. I've really been transforming, and my body physically needed this time to just interact with nature and the quiet stillness, and being heavily meditated. Thank you once again to my secret sister Santa. So today, I was just feeling this gratitude about just the gifts that I've received, not just physically, but the awareness of these abilities and gifts that I have to help all of us and all of you truly transform. And today's date is the 26th of December of 2018. Today's date equals 13. And the Sirian symbol that was brought to us through Bashar, channeled through Daryl Anka, is transformation. Transform, the number 13. And when we think about the 13th step, when we think about the 13th floor, it's about opening up the mysteries, about transforming ourselves and opening up the mysteries of ourselves, of our multidimensionality. So today for me was about this multidimensional experience, about activating and clarifying our clairs. And and also I wanted to mention too, that being the 12th month, again, I was guided to mention acting from this place of transformation, of this higher vibrational frequency. And so today I had a few things I wanted to share with you, as I was guided also to part of the clairs, if you will, are seeing, hearing, tasting, touching. So all I did was Google this really quick. So, and this just came from the 8 clair senses, from wisdomwithin.co. The clair senses in psychic terms are clairvoyance, clear seeing, claircognizance, clear knowing, clairaudience, clear hearing, clear empathy, clear emotional feeling, which I believe is telepathy, that combination of alchemy of telepathy and empathy. Clairgustance, which is clear tasting. Clairsentience, clear physical feeling. Clairtangency, which is clear touching, being able to see things as you touch them. Clairsalience, clear smelling. So it was interesting today as I was experiencing all of these, and in all degrees, we are all of these things. Some of us have just chosen different themes to experience these different clairs at different times in our life for different purposes. And I would have to say that I experience all of these at different times, and more of them are becoming heightened. The more aware I become, and the more I ask to accentuate those, and asking my guides, what is it that I need to do, and how can I share the things that I do in my own process to help others accentuate their own clairs. And so one of the ways is, of course, through light languages and sound healing, sound bathing, music, the tones, the songs, the languages, the symbols, the written symbols. All of these are about all of the clairs. And as even when we've got the crystals, we've got the scents, the Palo Santo, the cleansing, the sage, all of this today was heightening in my awareness. And so when I woke up this morning, and I immediately begin my day in meditation. Immediately. That is the first thing I do, is, gather my coffee, and I go immediately, because I'm still in that place, that gentle space of where the sentience, the clairs are heightened, because when we're sleeping, we're experiencing our multidimensional selves. And then when we wake up from a sleep, we're literally sucking ourselves back into a third dimensional reality in which we have rules and densities and limitations that we must follow. And so really, when you're sleeping, you're multidimensional. All of your clairs are aware and awake and in use. And yet in the morning, or whenever it is that you wake up per your schedule, that is your time to then remember to play the game of limitation, to remember, oh yeah, I have these rules that I have to abide by, but now we're becoming more and more aware that we can do all of this when we're asleep, which means when we're in our waking time. And meaning when we think we're in our waking time in our three-dimensional reality, now we're realizing we are literally able to take those gifts and abilities and bring them into this dimension without having to make a transition, but yet a transformation. And so when we act from that place, we begin to see and hear and smell and taste and touch and feel things more acutely than ever before. And I remember reading the book Celestine Prophecy many years ago, and they explained, I remember that was, I know that was part of my awakening process, was actually reading that book, because I was thinking about it now, how we would begin to see light differently and sunlight and hear the animals talking to us differently and communicating with nature and the animals and ourselves and each other in a different way, and seeing more colors, and how I can literally see in a cup of water and I can see the light codes spinning. I can see myself creating the symbols and literally seeing them and putting them into my water, into my tea, out into the universe, out into the water, into the soil, into the earth, into my plants, actually utilizing them with whatever intention is necessary, needed in that moment. What does the earth need? What does the globe need? Right now, our earth, our Gaia, is in such tumultuous state that we can literally use our clairs in order to help manipulate the molecular structure, if you will, that we can help the fires here that are burning in the United States. There's all these forest fires and volcanoes and earthquakes all over the world. And we can make a difference when we use these for intention. And when we're taking and so to get back to, and I've got lovely tea in here too. So we've got this alchemy of the plant material that we have dried. These are plants that we alchemize, and then we heat up the water. It alchemizes into this brew. And once again, we have this new substance that which we can also imbibe our intentions and our love. And even if we don't know what that is, I will say, okay, whatever it is that I need physically, mentally, spiritually, even if I'm not aware of what that is, I'm getting a tone in my ear. And that is a sign of connection, of there's a frequency in which when you hear these tones in your ears or feel these sensations or the goosebumps or the tingling, or when I'm connecting to different entities, they come in different places. I can feel them in different places. And today was about opening up that higher heart chakra, that bringing them in. And I had in my meditation this morning, it brought me to tears, because they showed me a vision, which I wanted to share with you guys, that where I was asking, how can I visualize you better? How can I feel you better? And literally they said, pretend you're having a party. Pretend you're having a holiday gathering. Pretend you're having just any kind of a celebration. And you walk up to your front door and you open your front door, and there we all are. And you are so delighted and excited about the party you're about to have that you are just ready to burst at the seams. And you're grateful and excited and exuberant about what the night, the day, the party, how it's going to unfold, what's going to happen, and what magic and alchemy is going to take place. And I saw them, what they looked like, each and every one of them, as I greeted them at the door. as they were all standing there on my front porch, literally. I was in tears as each one of them, and as I opened my front door to them. And they said, it's as simple as that. Just imagine you're inviting them into your home, into your room, into your sacred space, and you will be able to see. You'll see what they look like. You'll feel them. My heart space was so full. I was bursting in pink. And I even have roses on my bedspread. It's a quilt. It's an antique quilt, and it's pink, and it's got cabbage, pink and red and green roses on it. And I'm in this rose energy today. I've got my rose quartz heart and my rose quartz angel. And today was about, I was guided also to make a new batch of my rose spray. So here's my essential oils of my rose spray. So as I made it, I count the drops, and there's 11 drops in this bottle. And then the water I sat out, and it actually comes from my well from deep within the ground here. And so I let the water sit, and I blessed it, and then I alchemized them together. So for all the if you can smell it, our to enhance our clairs. So I wanted to go back to that page here really quick. So as far as our smelling, clairsalience. Okay, so there's our rose. So when I spray the rose, I feel so connected to the Divine Mother energy, and that the idea of the pink. And I've got my my grungy pink shirt on, one of my comfy favorites. And here's my pink rose quartz heart, opening us to our clairs, clearing our clairs, clarifying our clairs, and opening our higher heart. And the rose quartz once again turns the heart toward love and bathes the body, mind, and spirit in that healing and enlightening frequency, calming for the mind, assisting one in releasing worry, fear, anxiety, and past emotional trauma. And isn't it interesting how although we celebrate the holidays together, so much emotional trauma is stirred up and triggered at these times. And I am one of them, that I was doing a lot of emotional trauma clearing this last week for my own. I didn't even realize I was still holding on to about holiday trauma. So I wanted to share that with all of you as well. Clears the emotional body of ego-driven patterns and can help one feel more open to receiving and sharing love, compassion, and kindness. And compassion was another thing that I found myself feeling the need to ask for deeper compassion in many areas of my life, beginning with myself. Because, of course, everything begins with ourselves, because everything is a mirror, and everything as we create our reality based upon what we put out is what we receive back, meaning the frequency. And the reality is based on what you see as the frequency we put out. And when we have more compassion for ourselves and self-love, and even Bashar did a self-love 49-day challenge, which I have in a playlist. Also, for any of you new to my channel, and I have playlists filled with others who have helped guide me on my own journey, other light language linguists, other channelers, and other ways that I help open my own clairs and take care of my body, my mind, and my spirit. And so I invite you all to check those out. And I have the Bashar's 49-day, 7-week challenge of knowing thyself, and just simple couple seconds a day of looking yourself in the eye and taking a 7-day for 7 weeks, 49-day challenge of being able to actually make a practice of loving yourself by doing these simple, very simple and quick exercises. So I wanted to open that up to you as well. And I also have, once again, and these were also gifts from one of my other divine sisters. So I wanted to thank my other divine sister. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys yesterday too, in synchronicity with the bee. There is also a gift that I received from one of my other sacred sisters with the bee and the flower. So I wanted to show that to you guys too, that about this idea of the collective, how we are learning the hive mentality, that we are working together. And now we're moving into the hive mentality of working as a collective. And even though we all have free will, still, for this is a free will place. This is a free will planet. This is a free will existence. And we've got to remember that means that we have the ability and the power to deviate away from the idea of what is best for us as a whole and all that is as a whole, and finally moving into the transformational realization that what we do has power over that whole, and it matters, and we are a cog, and we change everything, for everything is a complete and utter change, and we are completely new every moment, billions and billions of times per moment. We are creating parallel realities in which we are creating a frequency version of each other, of ourselves, and then each other in that particular version of the earth that we wish to resonate at. And so part of my blessing is meeting all of you through all of this, and being more and more aware of the slipperiness of time, and me actually us all moving through these realities. That, how do I explain this? I'm meeting more and more of you, and then we are also meeting different versions of each other, as we transform our frequencies, and therefore sharing new, higher versions of each other, which then back to the hive mentality is understanding that when we truly vibrate and move in what brings us our highest joy and excitement, that is the hive mentality, because each part of the bee, each bee in the hive knows it has a very important specific job, and each one is equal to the whole. That is what we're moving into. We're transforming into that one love, that shifting of a consciousness that we can literally create by intention. Miyasata Shinya. So this handcrafted rose quartz guardian angel. Angels are beings of light that want to help you connect with your highest self so that you can be happier here on earth. And isn't that what we were just talking about? About accepting and embracing these gifts and abilities that we can find joy, peace, what it is that our puzzle piece for the hive, what is it that we, our unique selves came to contribute to this, and hearing it by paying attention to all of these clairs and accentuating them. The rose quartz angel embodies qualities of love, understanding, protection, and forgiveness. Rose quartz is a soothing stone that promotes harmony and unconditional love. And I just posted yesterday about unconditional love, a picture of my dear beloved ranger. This crystal guardian angel has been hand-carved and blessed with Reiki healing energy. So I offer this to you also in this blessings of this Divine Mother, this Reiki healing energy. I also am a Galactic Reiki practitioner and Aquarian fire master teacher, inviting the Holy Spirit, inviting our awareness of the Holy Spirit that burns within us, that we are able to, because we're aware of our multidimensionality, that we are able to access every when and everywhere all of our fractals, and with intention, actually send out that healing to all the other fractals that we are, and feel the reflection back in our heart space when we feel that putting out and getting back, that beautiful flow and that transformational energy. And we feel ourselves literally changing the traumas of the past, because we're changing our present, because we're only now. And only in the now can we change our perceived past. We change our past and our present right now. And in today's pink energy, I even have my pink glasses case here. I have my pink pen. And I also wanted to share with you too, regarding, okay, so the other thing was, back to the essential oil. So this bottle, I was guided also to just, not in just the idea of the rose energy, which also is very opening for me. This one I wanted to share with you is a combination of all florals that I had. This contains rose, neroli, jasmine, geranium. Is that yang yang? I don't know. I always never sure if I'm saying that right. And lavender. So this is a combination of each one of these, and there's 3 drops of each of those. And each one of these has different frequencies and properties, just like color, just like sound, just like frequency, just like smells. And how many of us have had a smell, and all of a sudden you smell a smell and it takes you back to a memory. But you're invoking that memory right now. And so by doing this, just like any memory, we're really having it now. We're creating it now for ourselves for some purpose. So we have to ask ourselves, when we smell something, hear something, feel something, taste something, touch something, and it evokes something, we must ask ourselves, how is this serving me now? And even if it's bringing back, say, a smell or a taste or a touch is bringing back what we perceive as a negative emotion or energy, we have the memory now. We have the knowing now, we have the knowing now that we have the power to transform that past based upon how we choose to perceive it now. This is how we heal. So this truly has been today. The idea of today has been for me about a truly multidimensional clarifying of the clairs. By opening up this higher heart, this violet flame within us. I have a violet candle that I was purposely burning today. My archangel candle's still here, but I managed to actually burn it through yesterday. Mia satosame kilaki sanasola shinosolia kanate la seto compala shinositele nason natashinose imaninda to compala shinose la sonotoya amasho taima shusosate kamatore shias sola shu ruha imarigiano ne apalakute sasana tadi kana totokura shisho telesosa natala kiki Sansoria. So I just grabbed my brilliant pink pen here and just started moving with the energy. And I wanted to share with you too, the other day we had done a Galactic gathering together with Alicia from LBCC Historical and Bree. We did, and that time, talk about alchemy and the clairs, and during that hangout, Alicia was actually in her lab creating this Anxiety Balm, which she sells on her LBCC historical site, her Etsy shop, and which there's links for in that video. And it was, all of a sudden it struck me how important it was, because all of us, as she was creating this in her lab, all of us were speaking light languages, and we were putting our intentions of love into all of it. And as we were doing so, the molecular structure of the Anxiety Balm was changing, and she was starting to see shapes appear in them. So all of a sudden, my guide said, it's very important that each of you have a container from that particular batch. Now, and I only say this because of the alchemization and the energy that was there, and because I love my love my girl, and so yeah, I want to, if she has any of that particular batch left, if you guys are so inclined to check it out, and I think I forget the price of these tubs, so I don't want to misquote the price. But she's got this on her site, and they're she's very reasonable prices, and her stuff is out of this world. And I'm telling you, this Anxiety Balm has been perfect for me today. And as I was looking at it today, I can't show it to you in this light, it's not really working, but I had her send me 3 of them for a couple of us that were in the hangout. And this one spoke to me right away. I could see by the shape and the inside, several things spoke to me about the shape inside of it. So much like reading tea leaves and coffee and so forth, or even just receiving visions. This was another way. I through that whole alchemy, my whole body's buzzing right now, actually, you guys. So that whole alchemy right now of what went into that day, I am literally buzzing like we do when we hold our crystals. That what energy went in that today, and how that's right here with me now, is just an amazing feeling. And the smell, the feeling, the touch, not the taste, I didn't taste it, it's so subtle, but it's so magical. And as I look at it, it's as if I feel the energy, the entities that were present, like they had their own mathematical equations and celestial symbols and galactic glyphs and scripts embedded right into it. And it's as if I can see them and feel them floating around me as I touch it. That's how powerful we are and how powerful we can be. And as we're guided to share all of these messages with each other, each and every one of us are giving each other permission to expand and transform everything we ever thought we were, could be, have been, and accept it and love it completely. How difficult that is, that all of us, the biggest challenge that we have in our lives is to love ourselves completely, to have complete and utter self, unconditional love and compassion for our very selves, the being that we chose, the families that we chose, the body that we chose, and every piece of every moment that we are in a state of lack of gratitude, lack of acceptance for what we have chosen for this theme, we create a resistance which creates this lack of ease within us, this dis-ease within us that will manifest in some way, shape, or form. But it's simply, once again, the manifestation is simply the compass. It's the symptom. It's the symptom, not the problem. It is the symptom. It's just your higher self saying, hey, you need to pay attention to something. You don't need to beat yourself up about it. You need to accept it, love it, ask it how it's serving you, embrace it, and find the self-love within it. And I love how that angel above my head here, that birthday card, it's a birthday card from my buddy Bree from, I think, last year or the year before. And I love how the light in the room just happens to shine on the angel and shine on the angel wings. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed it, but I've noticed it in the videos a few times. And I literally feel like it just is glowing all by itself. So I wanted to share that with you as well. And I didn't want to keep you quite as long, you guys, today, because I really appreciate the fact that you do stay for and watch my videos. So even if you only catch it for a few minutes or you have to split it up, I truly appreciate each and every minute that we spend together, and knowing that you will hear and know what you need to know in that now just for you, and experience what you need to in that now. So I appreciate every moment that you spend with me. And if these messages have helped you, if they have brought you some form of clarity, of joy, if there's any way that I can be of more service to you by way of private sessions, I wanted to thank all of you for all of your physical donations to my PayPal. I receive mail. In the mail, I've got a P.O. box that I've received gifts just to say thank you. So I want to say thank you back to all of you, because this is a constant energetic exchange, and every comment, every view, every just knowing you're out there is an energetic exchange. If you are so inclined and you feel that these messages can help reach someone else, share them. One of the biggest challenges for me was to share the things that were helping me in my process, because I was so afraid and hiding behind, I didn't want people to know who I really was. But yet it wasn't until I started becoming more and more and sharing of more of who I was that I was able to start opening myself to this and to me and to you and my heart, and to finding my true passion, and remembering what Bashar said about being passionate, Si sono tashalia sono ku amba kunatelia tosha totali ki jajuna de gila. Mizambe jana kulangu kuma shishana kulaki. And you know, even my symbols and things, they don't always come out pretty or geometric, and yet I feel the grace within them. Miasote, as they dance across the page for me, I feel that I'm receiving divine transformation, intervention, activation, illumination. Because I'm every day I ask myself, what is it that I need to illuminate? Boy, my whole heart chakra, you guys, everything is so hot right now. Literally, I feel this heat emanating from my chest. It's very strange. All of this opens us up, each of us, and me doing this has opened. These help open my own gifts and abilities, because we really have to accept that these are the gifts that you have been given, the abilities to able, you know, when I think of abilities, I think about action and taking the action on the gift, that you're able to accept what it is that makes you, you, and take it to the highest place you can. And the biggest hurdle and we all have is without expectation. Well, what does it mean? Where is it going to take me? How's it going to pay my bills? How's it going to fix this? How's it going to change that? Just know it will. Know that if you're following your moment by moment passion, whatever that is, a cup of tea, meditating, taking a walk, all of it, we've heard it all before. Even whatever it is that you're doing in your work life, how can you bring it more passion? How can you bring, and if it's not bringing you passion anymore, and you can't stand the thought of putting your feet on the floor every day, I know, I've been there. That's a message. And I heard that message for decade after decade after decade, and which manifested into physical disease and illness and confusion, until one day I couldn't take it anymore, and I realized that the pain and the disease was not the problem. It was the symptom. Once I took it from that perspective, my whole life changed. So I wasn't planning for it to go this direction, but apparently I know in my heart of heart, oh, there goes my ear again, that somebody, even one of you, needed to hear that. And that is all the reason I need to do what I do, is to know that all I need to know is that I'm passionate about it, and that's all that matters. Without expectation about where it's going to take, where is it going to go, what's it going to do, accepting what is and loving yourself and opening your heart to your own compassion, that opens the gateway to transformation. And that as Bashar said, allows you to ignite that passion within you, to be passionate about what you're passionate about, and stop being afraid of what everybody will think or feel or act because you do. We are not responsible for anyone else's happiness any more than we want. I don't think any of us wants to be responsible for someone else's happiness, and I don't think any of us truly want to give our power away in allowing someone else's happiness to dictate ours, to have the power over ours. This is what we're letting go. When we open up our own love and compassion, we are allowing others to have their journey, to go with compassion, just like we want compassion, about to go through our journey the way we need to and not be dependent upon someone else's acceptance or reaction for us to be able to do that. And if you're new to my channel, I had this YouTube channel for for a year before anybody even in my family knew, and including my partner. So, and now that I'm approaching January of 2019, it's really hard for me to believe it'll be 4 years, and I can't believe it feels like yesterday, and it feels like forever, and because it's been such a joy for me. And I wanted to thank all of you for joining my journey, because remember, you guys, we designed our languages, and the word journey begins with and ends with joy. Joy. As corny as that sounds, we did it. We created it. Just feel the flow of love within you, through you, around you, within you, flowing to all of the beautiful, beautiful fractals that you are. Niasopo shono kuleata sanasela se tosona kelekera shono sote shanakela si to hura koshana teresa de amasoto shanakela ki niasotosha. Oh, and I was reminded niasotobokora tashanake satase miasale shitokua that we are working on getting my website up and running, so that should be hopefully coming in hopefully right in unison with my 4-year anniversary here on YouTube. So that's really exciting. So I did want to throw it out to all of you that if any of these messages have helped you, if you enjoy this channel, if any of you would like your testimonials to appear on my website, please do send me a private message through my email at languagesoflights@gmail.com, and that's an S on the end of each one. And of course, I do have all my links posted in most all of my videos in different places, so you can catch me on all the social medias. And all of my information is typically included in all of the descriptions of all of these videos. So thank you so much for taking a few moments to read through all of that. And I am beyond humbled and grateful and appreciative for all of you, that all of the energy you send me, all the love you send me, and even when I can't answer all of the comments. And that's another thing I want to do, is I want to start doing some videos where I'm actually doing a Q&A and answering comments and addressing comments, because it's really important for me to do that. And sometimes it's just too difficult for me to do that every day on a daily basis. So I wanted to let you guys know that how much I really do appreciate it. I try to at least acknowledge that I've read it, and because it really means absolutely the world to me that we're alchemizing and sharing, and it's so exciting for me. So so I just wanted to mention that too, throw that out there. So if any of you guys would like to add to the testimonial page on my website, that would be really just a dream come true for me, because this whole thing is really, and I'm reminded, as Bashar would say, your life, our life, my life is a dream coming true. I just can't even tell you guys, from the moment I started speaking these languages, and I was so scared about starting this channel, and they just said, just take the first step, just start, and let every day lead you where it will. And here I am, over 1,000 something videos later, just following my joy, my bliss, just wanting everyone to remember that everything is harmony, that everything's perfect in perfect timing for you. And I know how hard that is sometimes for us to understand and believe and embrace and love that we are always, each and every one of us, in our own perfect timing. Did I wish I knew all of this 30 years ago? Oh my God, yes. Apparently, I knew what I knew. Even as a child, I knew that I had these clairs, and that I was here to share those clairs and let everybody know that We are all capable of all of these. It just depends on your theme. What did you come to explore? And what is it you want to explore? What do you want to open within you? And that's what I'm guided to do here. And so thank you, all of you, for all of your kindness, your love, your sharing, your commitment to yourself, to following your own guides, your higher self, to knowing that this is really a very special sacred space and place for all of us. And what you're doing, and how we're doing this together is never, ever, ever been done before. Ever, never, anywhere, on any planet, in any galaxy, in anywhere, of any all, of any creation. And if we could only understand the infiniteness of that, we would be in such awe of ourselves. So be in awe of yourselves. Be in awe of yourselves and send yourselves love. Send yourselves compassion. And even the bag that I received these beautiful gifts in, look, you guys, golden roses. Golden roses. And that is where I keep the gifts, because that is what I receive them in. Thank you, Divine Sister. So I keep the rose quartz in there. That's what came in there. And also the blue angelite. Heart. And the angelite, once again, is a stone of heightened awareness. So allow the energy from this angelite and our angels today and our guides to open up our awareness with special focus on peace and sisterhood. It gives protection in the environment around your body, promotes compassion and understanding, helps you to speak the truth when this is difficult. And now we're in our pink and blue energy, so I've even got the blue here today. So, and our throat chakra, I'm buzzing with all this beauty of energy. Alleviates psychological pain, just as we were talking about earlier about healing, all the nows. Increases telepathy, facilitates contact with angels. Healers use angelite to unblock energy pathways. So this couldn't have been a better combination today, everyone. The pink and the blue. What a beautiful message. And thank you, Divine Sister, once again for these gifts. And we all have divine gifts and abilities. And, you know, something I've been wanting to put out there for a while now, too, is that, you know, in this idea of energy exchange, that, you know, so many of us have beautiful gifts and abilities. And if there's any way that I can share my gifts and abilities with you in exchange for your gifts and abilities, it doesn't always have to be about money. So, you know, that's something that I've been wanting to just, you know, just kind of put out there for a while. And so I have received so many beautiful gifts in exchange for my gifts and abilities. And so I wanted to remind everyone that it's not always about money. And, you know, it's funny because I have received so much in return when it comes to whether it's been a monetary exchange or any kind of exchange. What I have gained in the co-creation and the alchemization has opened my awareness so much more fully that is a gift beyond compare. And I wanted to share that with you as well. Oh no, see, listening with your heart. Now, thank you. Thank you, angels. Thank you, divine gods and goddesses. Thank you, your guides and mine. And so you guys, I'm sorry I get so emotional because really, I mean, seriously, look. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. Thank you all. Thank you all for being with me once again and sharing this divine multi-dimensional messages from our guides, our galactic ET friends, our angels, our spirit guides of all the ancestors, the masters, those that have walked on earth and those that have not. Those are that many of our guides are non-physical. They're simply color, they're symbols, they're signs, they're a smell, they're an energy, they're just a frequency, they're a sound, a tone. That is how they chose to exist, experience that particular facet of all that they are. And just look at the perfection of that image. It speaks of all that we spoke of today: the sacred geometry, the opening of the heart, the compassion, the communication, listening and speaking to our hearts. My heart, our hearts, I first want to remind all of us that our heart, mind, is our higher self communicating with us. That is how our higher self communicates. Follow your heart. Listen to your heart. Even the clock depicts our heartbeats. My higher heart is named Emerald Blue in this moment, in this now, and I've seen the image of my heart, if you will, and the being that I have created and conjured as the image for my heart, my higher heart. So I want all of you right now to envision your higher heart as if you were actually having a conversation. Are they physical? Are they non-physical? What do they look like? Are they just a mist? Are they a being? What do they look like? What do they sound like? What are they wearing? Are they sitting, standing, flying? Are they a hybrid? Are they animal? What are they? What do they look like to you? Transformation begins by listening to the heart. Oh, I thank all of you once again for being with me in this way, in this now, sharing this beautiful now with me, this hour of now. Miadokoya alesena. La kiriano ne okoro por ishana kliasana te sanasote eliasana. As we clarify our clairs, as we open our hearts to ourselves and our own compassion, as we open the windows to our souls, as we look into each other's eyes, learn to look into each other's eyes, look by looking into our own eyes, into our own divine reflections, and seeing nothing but love, acceptance, and compassion. Miatorese ilakia nia. And that was the Gateway deck by Denise Lynn. Nia kaliata shanase kayosha miate. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Mia shoke niataya. Inaya soala se nayaki. Naya she alano aku. Niala shaya niate. Niashadokeya sanatea. Stay heavily meditated, everybody. Niakala shakya. I love you. Mahala. Namaste.